The Harry Potter reboot by HBO is already getting a ton of hate. I remember when the first announcement of the show came out in 2023, I was quite excited for that, and I'm sure a lot of fans were quite excited for that for one specific reason, and that was the movie were true to the original source, but the movies were movies at the end of the day, and it is very difficult to adapt a book into a movie, and the Harry Potter novels are elaborate in their source material, and a series, a proper 8, 9, 10 episode a season series will definitely give the breathing room and the opportunity to tell the different stories that we didn't see in the movies which were in the books. So that was one of the reasons why almost all of the Harry Potter fans were quite excited for the show, but recent events have just plummeted all the excitement for that. And let me tell you, they are getting this hate even before the announcement of the holy trio, the holy trinity of the show, Ron, Hermione and Harry. Even before the announcement, the show is getting a ton of hate. Let's break it down. Point number 1, no need for a remake. Well, a lot of fans have argued that there is literally no need for a remake because the last movie came out in the year 2011. It's been only 14 years, and when the series was announced, it was only 12 years old. The last movie came out just 12 years ago, and all of the 8 movies actually hold up pretty nicely. Perhaps the VFX can do better of the first movie, but it doesn't fail to capture the richness of the books. And the movies were really nearly perfect, and it was a real big part of an entire generation's childhood. And after being a movie, they really crafted a really good, compelling story from the movie's perspective. You see, everyone knows that adapting a novel as elaborate as Harry Potter was a daunting task to make into a movie, make into a 2-hour movie. But even after that, they have done a very, very, very good job to just make compelling movies. And of course, fans have a lot of deep connection to those movies. Whenever I hear the Harry Potter music, I am just deeply attached to it. It is just eternal to fans. Number 2, the biggest issue, the casting. But hold on, it's not just about the casting, but it's about what follows after the casting. Okay, I'll explain. You see, I talked about one of the major reasons why fans were excited for the reboot, and that was about that the format of a series brings in a lot of advantages in terms of telling a story in a detailed manner. Now that was one of the reasons, but the second most important reason was that while announcing the series, they said that they will be doing a faithful adaptation of the source material. And since some of the castings have been announced, it doesn't really look like they are doing a faithful adaptation. You see, the main focus of this controversy is the race swap of the character of Severus Snape. Papa Sidiou has been cast to play, now it's official, he's now officially being cast to play the role of Severus Snape, and that has created a ton of controversy. Now, I even covered this topic earlier when it was just a rumor, but now it has been officially announced, and fans are not taking it pretty well. And the major thing that fans have pissed off about this casting is when the scene comes of James Potter bullying the character of Severus Snape, it will definitely take the angle of racism. Yeah, it will be very hard to tackle that. And knowing that they have still gone and to do the race swap thing here, it is really pissed off fans. And as I said earlier, the important thing is what comes after the casting, and that is fans have no doubt that they will definitely try to push the wokeism and all the inclusion thing, the diversity thing, the inclusion thing that Hollywood is really pushing right now. This will definitely come into play, and that will definitely deviate from being a faithful adaptation. And the casting have actually started that whole thing of pushing inclusion, and again the major thing, deviating from the source material, deviating from doing a faithful adaptation. And now if you're saying that fans are not appreciating the inclusion and all, but the main argument of fans is that it is all good and fair when you are doing a original series or an original movie or any piece of original content. There you can definitely include all the diversity, all the inclusionness, you can promote it there. But here, a text so sacred as Harry Potter cannot be messed with. Why do you need to touch Harry Potter? Why do you need to tamper which has already been loved by fans and which have been already been perceived by fans in a certain way? Why do you want to play with that? You can just do original movies, original shows, and there you can promote diversity and everything. It's all warranted there, but here, not very warranted. And this takes me to the third point, the fandom is already divided. You see, some fans definitely wanted to give this show a chance. just because they were trying to do a faithful adaptation, and the format of series will definitely give breathing space for the story to unfold in a very detailed manner, just like the novels, or at least close to the novels. But now, after seeing the casting, and the intentions are pretty clear that they are not really doing a faithful adaptation, fans are already starting to sign off. But there are still some people who are actually pushing it, are actually trying to see the vision of the creators. But again, this dividation of fans would really not help the overall cause of the show. Well, as a Harry Potter fan, when the news first came out of doing a reboot, I was actually quite excited for that, because I knew the format of the show will definitely bring in a lot of stories which were in the books but were omitted from the movies. I was very, very keen for that. And again, I was in that group of people who were thinking that they are going to do a faithful adaptation and therefore it will be all good and well. I was in that category. I was supporting it. But as soon as the casting came out, I was like, come on, you're not doing a faithful adaptation now. You're just really not doing a faithful adaptation. Well, I do want to give it a chance again, but it's going to be very difficult to see everything in a very different light. Well, do tell me in the comments, what do you think about this? Are you with the idea of the reboot, or are you against the idea of a reboot? And please comment below and just start a conversation. I would really love to get your perspective on this topic as well. You can check out some other videos on my channel as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching.